Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 11.
Crackling wood all season, decorating alone this Christmas. Once again, making amends and tying loose.
Girl advice. I get questions about this all the time. I want to be a big sister to y'all, so I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me questions that you have about teen girl advice or just advice in general. If you're a boy, hi, and you want to watch this video, you are welcome to. Really quick before we get in, I am wearing my Making Amends and Tying Loose Ends merch. All of my merch has lyrics from my original song called Single the Season, so at the end of the video, if you want to shop it, it'll be down below. There's a bunch of new designs that I just released. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just get straight into it. First question, how to find your own style. Also, hi Caroline. I struggled with this for a long time. Thankfully, my parents never restricted me on what I could wear growing up. I pretty much got to discover it on my own, and how I discovered it was by going to the mall, obviously, trying on a bunch of clothes, and feeling what I felt most comfortable in. I feel like now we don't really go shopping as much in person. We just buy things online, and it's really hard to find a style if you're not actually in person. I feel like there's no really way to find your own style. You just kind of have to do trial and error. Another thing I will say that has really helped me discover my style is not comparing myself to everybody else, but you can take inspiration and ideas from other people, and a great way to do that is through Pinterest. If you don't have Pinterest already, you need to get Pinterest and create boards that bring your ideas to life. Do you have any tips for blocking off toxic people? Just slowly ghost them. The best way to do it that causes no drama is to just slowly remove yourself. Toxic people are not worth your time, and so don't even give them your time. Don't give them your energy by fighting back and getting into arguments that are just pointless. Just remove yourself, because I'm telling you, silence is deadly. That is the biggest scare to people. But don't be mean about it. Obviously, you don't want to live your life having hatred in your heart, but you know, just remove yourself from the situation. I was supposed to lose it with a guy, but instead of losing it together, he got with someone else. Well, baby, I think that is the best thing that could have happened to you, because if he got with someone else, then trust me, that is not the person you would want to lose your virginity to. If he didn't value you, then you should not value him, and he should not get the right to do that. So I think you're in the okay zone. Now you're saved. You have that, and you don't have a terrible story to tell about how you lost your virginity. What is the best way to shave down there? Let me show you guys my favorite product. I use the Fur Shave Cream, Protective and Soothing. It is from Ulta. This is the best shaving cream that I've ever used in my life. I've tried EOS, I've tried Truly Beauty, I've tried literally everything, and this is the only one that works. It prevents ingrown hairs, bumps, irritation. It is like the best thing ever. And then this is the razor that I use. This is the Billy razor. It has a removable head, and I have a subscription, so every month, I think, I get a 4-pack of new heads. So that's great, because if you keep using the same razor head, you're gonna get so much bacteria. I'm gonna show you guys how I shave really quick. I think a bunch of people know this method, but if you don't know, I'm just gonna tell you. So first, I put a little dollop, this amount, wherever you wanna shave. For down there, I shave down first, because it follows where the hair grows. Then once I do that, shave sideways, then the other way sideways, and then I go up. For me, that's the best way. I learned that method off of TikTok, so even though sometimes TikTok is like really bad for you, you can learn a lot of useful things. And ever since I did that, plus the combination of this, it has just been the best thing ever. How do you feel about tampons? Do you really lose your virginity with that? What? Girl, no, baby. Okay, first off, if you're putting a tampon in, you're not losing your virginity. Maybe because it is too big, it can cause some bleeding, but that is not how you lose your virginity. The question didn't even ask this, but I'm just gonna tell you guys really quick. So my first tampon story, I was at my friend's house, and we were about to go in the hot tub, and I got my period, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was so scared to use tampons, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Like, what if it hurts, blah, blah, blah. Well, my friend like went into the bathroom with me and literally just like did it and like showed me how to do it. It was a very bonding moment. Yeah, it's really not that scary. Trust me, it is so much better than wearing pads. Literally, pads are so, I don't sleep in tampons because that's like not safe at all. I do sleep in pads, but trust me, for sanitary reasons, I would wear tampons if I were you. Tips to deal with cramps. I actually do have tips. So first off, eat as much freaking food as you want, okay? Because being on your period is literally the worst, and if you are craving something, literally get it, okay? Like, don't make yourself feel bad. You deserve it. Second off, there's this little thing that my friend got me whenever I first got my period, and it's this like silicone or latex thing that you fill with hot water and then you put it on top of your stomach at night. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure we still have it in my house somewhere, but I used to get really, really bad cramps, like so bad. I would cry all the time, and it makes me feel like 20 times better. How do you deal with rumors going around about you? PS, love you. I love you too. Okay, so rumors can be very tricky because I went through the middle school phase, and let me tell you, what I thought was such a big deal back then, I look back now and I'm like, that is literally the stupidest thing ever. Why was I so mad about it? Why did I care so much about what people were thinking about me? I'm about to graduate high school. I'm definitely not a perfect person, and sometimes I still let things get to my head. But I have grown so much as a person and have come to the realization that at the end of the day, the only opinions that matter are mine, my family, my extremely close friends within my inner circle, and obviously, of course, what God thinks. Those 4 things. So obviously, if there's a rumor in my family going around, I'm going to be very concerned about that. But petty school drama, no. No. Let that go. You know what? Maybe somebody's having a rough day. Maybe they feel like talking crap. You don't need that. Just don't engage with it. Yeah. Just be the bigger person. That's all I gotta say. How do you feel about sending nudes? Don't do it. I know as girls, there's so much pressure to feel like you have to do this for a guy, and that if you send nudes, it'll make them like you. Well, let me tell you, first off, if you've done it and you are ashamed and you think about it all the time and you regret it, you are not a bad person, okay? Like, one sin does not define who you are. But I will say, please, 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 from me to you, do not do it, because no guy is worth looking at your body like that unless he truly loves you. Respect yourself, respect your body. Also, I just want to go on a little rant here really quick. I hate it so much when some girls are like, I hate when guys use me for my body, but then they go off and do that stuff. Like, you can't play the victim if you're doing it, you know what I mean? So just don't do it. If you have done it in the past, I will always love you. Just like, don't do it. How do you deal with discharge and I don't know what to do? Is it healthy? So it's perfectly healthy. Discharge happens. I feel like not a lot of people really talk about this, but when you hit a certain age, it's like stuff that appears on your underwear. Usually it's like clear or white for some people. That just means that your down there parts are functioning correctly and you're doing great. Don't get nervous about it. If people say stuff and make fun of you for it, literally that means they're probably not doing good down there. So yes, it's healthy. You kind of just have to deal with it, because guess what? It happens to everybody. If it's getting to like a weird amount or it becomes like a color that's not good, then I would definitely tell your doctor and have that checked out, but don't feel embarrassed about it, okay? Like, literally don't. Has birth control affected your body, mood, life in any way? I have talked about this, and this is kind of an iffy subject because a lot of people have gotten mad at me because they said I'm Christian, I shouldn't be using birth control. So long story short, the reason why I'm on birth control and why I have been on it for a year or two is because my periods were so bad. I would get them literally every other week. So a normal girl gets them once a month, and it's usually the same time every single month. I would get them every other week, and where most girls would use regular size tampons, I would have to go to the store and buy super plus tampons, and I would go through those in like 2 hours. Whereas you usually wear a tampon for like 8 hours and then you take it out. So one, I was wasting so much money buying tampons because those things are so freaking expensive. And second off, it was just not practical. Like, I was traveling, shooting for brands and working with brands, and I would be on the plane and there you go. Oh, I thought I was supposed to get my period like in a month. It was really bad, and then on top of that, I would be crying, taking so many unnecessary amounts of Advil to help my stomach, and it never even worked. And it was just really unpredictable. At the end of the day, if somebody's on birth control, I don't really think that you should judge other people, especially if you don't know the reason why, but also it's their body, it's not yours. So I just kind of had to rant there because I've had a lot of people get mad at me, and I'm like, it's not your body. You don't know the situation. Also, being a girl is literally so freaking hard, and I feel like not a lot of people talk about that. To the point, how it's affected my body. I was on a birth control that made me extremely moody, and it was messing with my hormones. It was really, really bad. So I switched to a different one, and I'm on like the lowest dosage. I feel really, really good. I'm never really moody. It's worked out really good for me. I know long term I don't want to be on this forever. I hate the fact that I have to take something to control my body. But for right now, and being a high school student and traveling as much as I do, it was just way too much, and I was really, really sad, crying all the time, even more than I already do. Yeah, that's what's been working for me. I have a really bad social anxiety. Is there any tips to step out of my comfort zone? I can't really relate to the sense of having social anxiety, but I definitely know and am friends with a lot of people who have that, and so I'm just gonna share some things that I hope will help you. First off, I think if you start with little things like when you're going to a coffee shop or whenever you're at a restaurant and your waiter's at your table, one thing that I always like to do is find something about them and compliment them. Every time I see somebody, there's always something that I can find. So the other day I went to go eat out with my friend, and this waitress had like super pretty and gorgeous long blue nails. And when she came to our table and introduced herself, I was like, I am obsessed with your nails. That is the cutest thing ever. Where did you get them done? You don't have to talk that long. But just complimenting somebody is a really good start to maybe step out of that social anxiety. Huge tip. Stay off your phone in public areas. Really be in the moment and put your phone away. I feel like you're going to really feel included in what's happening around you. Every time I'm interested in a guy and he feels the same, I start to bail. I need help. This is kind of scary how much I can relate to this. I literally did this all of last year. So I think a lot of my problems stemmed from my commitment issues and my fear of security. I used to get into relationships, and the ones that I were in, I knew weren't going to last. And so that's why I felt safe knowing that it wasn't going to be long term. There wasn't going to be that security of being with that person for so long and then getting hurt because they hurt me. So don't do that. So I would say my biggest tip for that is to take a risk, take a chance, and dip your toes in the water, because you never know, maybe this could be like your soulmate or the love of your life. And also know that it's okay to feel this way. Like, feeling scared and pulling away is normal, but you won't know unless you try. How to get a boyfriend. Help a sis out. I feel like there's no playbook on how to get a boyfriend. I really wish there was, because that would have saved me so much time and emotions. Have confidence in being single. I have had so many long conversations with so many people about this who are talking to so many guys and feeling like they can't be single because they just always need that love and affection from somebody. Well, let me tell you, if you are not confident in yourself and you don't know who you are and you don't know what makes you happy when it's just you and nobody else, then you're not ready for a relationship. If you put out energy that you are confident and you know who you are going to attract somebody who is just like that, and it's gonna work. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I gave good advice and not like advice, because that would be really bad. But anyways, I love y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Yeah, thanks for tuning into VLOGMAS. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.